Yeah, you know the music. I'd like to welcome, it is a great honor to welcome the legendary Mick Foley here in studio with us. This is Ringside Report Radio. I am Dave Simon, Kevin the Big Tuna McHugh with me, Jeremy Prophet with me as well, and of course the guest of honor, Mr. Mick Foley. Mick, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks. I just find before a big show I like to conserve my energy, so I'm going to keep my voice levels really low and not put too much into my answers. Thank you for understanding.
Well, we appreciate that very much, Mick. Of course, you're in Montreal for some comedy. You've got a show in under 2 hours, your first time at the Just for Laughs
I was just kidding, by the way. That's just an example. Boom! With a Foley humor. Bang! It's under 2 hours, and I don't mean to start out with a cheap plug, but Brendon Burns and I are expecting our Friday and Saturday shows. They're going really well, and between tickets, media, and industry people, they're expected to sell out. So I cannot stress enough that people like us, and
listening to us right now, and go and buy tickets, because try your chance. I've never been to Montreal. Hello. Did I get introed or anything?
There you go, Brendon Burns.
Am I just a pickle boy over here?
Well, Brendon Burns is also with us. He's touring with Mick Foley doing this comedy. Do you guys tour together regularly?
We've just been on the road in New York and New Jersey, but it's we met in London.
Yeah. And
then I started ringing around a few places and rang Montreal, and they said it was a no-brainer. But seriously, is this a wrestling show?
This is a mixed martial arts show normally. On Saturday nights, we switch over to wrestling, but because Mick Foley was in town, we made, of course, the exception.
I have to tell you, I've been to Montreal Comedy Festival a number of times now, and I've never seen a show with this much heat with the press and the comics. And to be honest, like Mick, he keeps saying, you know what, I want non-wrestling fans to enjoy it. I don't. I don't at all. If you are a mark like me and listening to the show, stop listening and go and get tickets, because you won't get in. And not only that, I want to force press and industry out. I want to talk to nothing but wrestling fans. And you have to do it right now, because it's going to be tough on the weekend.
I have resigned myself to the fact that these shows are wrestling comedy shows. I'll make a couple little points, but bring it quickly back to wrestling. I mean, this is what we do. This is what Brendon sold them on. Just so you know, Brendon's a Perrier Award-winning Edinburgh comedian, which means he had the hottest show in Edinburgh, which is with Montreal, the biggest comedy festival in the world. So he's as respected and venerated in this business as you can be without actually being known in this country.
Yeah. I'm my own hardcore legend.
But he came on, he did a couple of guest spots, because you can just do that, if you're a comedian of his stature.
Yeah.
And he just came on, he did wrestling material on my shows in England for the first time in his life. And he just killed, man. It was just a joyous occasion. And then, we bonded, and he took me under his wing, because, he was the guy pulling for me, because I'm just trying to enforce to people, if they don't know the comedy world, that you don't go to Montreal if you suck. That's the best thing I can say is have the credibility of this organization, Just for Laughs, behind me. That you don't play it if you suck.
And I think also we're trying to lose the stigma of, because we realize now as well that we really shouldn't have called it comedy show, because all the pictures of Mick, he's got like that big cheesy grin, and it's like, comedy show! And it's, and also because many a celebrity has just figured they could make the transition to stand-up, and the fact of the matter is, the better you are, the easier you make it look. But this isn't a John Wayne Bobbitt, Kato Kalin situation. This is a best-selling author, a man that's lived the most preposterous, unlikely life ever, and a fantastic, fantastic storyteller. And not only that, it's no one else is doing this. No one else has ever done this. Wrestling fans are just mental. And to hear gags about the subculture that we love and the stories from behind the scenes.
I believe the Iron Sheik would take issue with that.
That is true.
That. Come on. There have been people done it. Piper, I'm going to be doing a show with Piper in November. I think I've taken it further than the other people have, but it's going to be good.
Well, you've made it, right? This is the Just for Laughs Comedy Festival. This is the pinnacle of comedy, and now you're here. I think this means you've made it as a stand-up comedian.
Well, we have 3 shows to do. If I fall on my snow, then, delayed reaction.
Oh, man.
Matter of fact, I was just thinking today, I was like, I try to honestly custom make a set for every city I go to. And I don't think I've been, maybe the wrestling fans here can figure this out. I don't think I've been here since 99 or 2000.
It's been a long time since we've seen you wrestle here.
Yeah, wow. I mean, I was here in 99 as commissioner. I can't honestly remember, but my favorite story when I used to talk to universities was the Al Snow Montreal suplex story. And so, it's a classic. I mean, it's in black, it's in black and white. It's in Foley is good. But you find that there are some stories that, they just leap off the page into the spoken word, and this is one of them. So it's going to be kind of special for me to break that out for the first time in a long time.
And now do you believe me that it's such a subculture that you don't have to do a backstory, that all you did then was go the Al Snow Montreal suplex story, and they cracked up laughing. And you know what? Look at the rest of the room. Baffled. Utterly baffled. We plan on ostracizing anyone but us.
But that's good, right? That means you're getting your fans come into your show. So there's already that element of, we like you, we're ready, and we're ready to hear what you have to say.
Still, I mean, it still means a lot to me when first of all, I want everyone who shows up, if they're a loved one who's brave enough to accompany a boyfriend or a husband, I want them to feel comfortable at the show. And it's not mean-spirited comedy. I want people to know that. I would go so far as to say Brendon's like one of the most fiercely intelligent comics out there. And it's not a succession of fart jokes. Not that there's anything wrong with that, and I enjoy a good one, but that's not what we do. So it's kind of, a very smart wrestling comedy. But I do appreciate that people who are not fans go out of their way to tell me they enjoy themselves, because it's such a bizarre world.
Oh.
And when you tell stories in the same way that non-fans enjoyed Have a Nice Day or Foley is Good, I don't think any of the non-fans came up to me specifically and mentioned Countdown to Lockdown.
I love Countdown to Lockdown.
Actually, a lot of non-fans did, because they love the Tori Amos story specifically. But I pride myself in making this stuff accessible, but it is a wrestling comedy show tonight.
Yeah.
Well, that's fantastic. I think that's exactly what wrestling fans want to hear. And I know, Mick, wrestling fans also want to hear about professional wrestling. I got to ask you a little bit about your experience this past Monday night on Raw 1000.
Yeah.
How was that for you?